You're watching the show that puts Mid-Michigan news in focus. This is Focal Point.
Well, recycling is particularly big this time of year on MSU's campus, and next on Focal Point, we'll show you why.
Coming up on Focal Point, we'll have the story of why a group of students are protecting the statue around the clock. And we'll take you to Halloween festivities all across Mid-Michigan.
Focal Point starts now.
Good evening, I'm Alex Barhorst.
And I'm Greg Monahan. Welcome to Focal Point.
Well, with autumn well underway, you'll see a lot more colors on MSU's campus, yet this past week has been the greenest of them all. With another Sustainability Week in the books, Michigan State officials continue to ramp up campus recycling efforts and the drive to be a green university.
On a campus known for being green,
and it comes straight from the top. You know, President Simon has always supported sustainability at MSU.
it's the greenest week of them all.
We've had tours, workshops, just having all of these events for visibility and for engagement, to get people involved and asking questions and seeing firsthand what we do.
In the spirit of Campus Sustainability Week, MSU Surplus Store and Recycling Center workers gave locals a behind-the-scenes look at their operations. They stressed the 3 R's that define what sustainability is, and even added a fourth.
Remember, I said we like to focus on reduce, reuse, recycling, but more importantly, rethinking.
The university has a Sustainability Week to highlight the energy-saving and recycling work of MSU while encouraging others to practice eco-friendly behaviors. The message has hit home in the MSU community.
For me personally, it's really about efficiency.
The university has increased recycling by 60% since 2008. It recycled more than 1 million pounds of recyclables in 2013, increasing the campus recycling rate to 35.84%.
I like to keep the lights off because it keeps my energy bill low. I like to recycle because it keeps my trash from getting full.
While the Surplus Store goes all out on Sustainability Week, they try and make living a sustainable lifestyle easy year-round by doing things like providing recycling bins right on the back of MSU's campus.
Surplus store employees said people are starting to realize that consumer culture is not sustainable,
Sustainability has really been growing on campus and really around the world.
and they're proud to be leaders of the sustainability effort.
The more people realize that things need to change, the more they're going to realize that some of us have been saying that and have been working on it for a while.
More information on MSU's sustainability effort is available at bspartangreen.msu.edu.
To the nation's capital now, a 2006 proposal that put a ban on affirmative action in the state of Michigan has reached the United States Supreme Court. As of now, public schools and universities in Michigan have race-neutral policies in place and have no special measures to accept students because they are a minority. However, recent reports show that since the ban went into place, minority enrollment rates are down across the state. The High Court's decision is expected within the next few months, and schools across the state could be facing major change.
From Capitol Hill to the state capitol, many key political figures gathered in Lansing last week to recognize the service of Michigan's longest-serving Attorney General. Frank Kelly, who served for nearly 40 years, joined hands with Governor Rick Snyder, current Attorney General Bill Schuette, and other dignitaries to officially cut the ribbon for the Frank J. Kelly Capitol Walkway. The plaque stands as a permanent recognition of Kelly's service to the state of Michigan.
It's a wonderful honor, and as I said before, on a day like today, where you get this sort of recognition, that makes you wonder and wish that your mother and father were here, because this is the kind of recognition that your mom and dad always wanted you to have. And so my mother and dad, wherever they are, I hope they appreciate this day as much as I do. And I'm grateful to the people of Michigan for my career, and without them I wouldn't have had one. I'm very grateful.
Kelly continues to work as a consultant for his law firm, Kelly Hawthorne. Michigan same-sex couples have to wait a little bit longer to see if the Michigan law banning same-sex marriage will be struck down in federal court. Life partners April DeBoer and Jane Rouse are challenging Michigan's gay marriage ban, saying they should be able to not only marry, but adopt each other's children. Gay couples across Michigan are hoping U.S. District Judge Bernard Friedman will strike down the law, but in the mid-October hearing, he said he needed more time to gather evidence. Opponents of the law were hoping for a quicker ruling, but they'll now have to wait until February to see what Friedman says. Michigan voters approved the constitutional amendment in 2004, stating that marriage is defined as between one man and one woman.
And 2 MSU employees are feeling a little more bitter than sweet this Halloween season as their personal direct deposit information has been stolen through a phishing expedition by internet hackers. Michigan State officials are asking that students and staff make sure to only give bank account information to well-known, safe websites, and they ask that if you are uncertain of where your information is going, think twice before you click.
The state capitol was a mob of pink last Saturday as thousands participated in the Making Strides Walk for Breast Cancer. Approximately 1,500 people took part in the annual event hosted by the American Cancer Society. Money raised from the event will go to breast cancer research and mammograms for women who need them. The event honors breast cancer survivors and also those who lost their battle with the disease.
I pulled through. It's hope. As long as you got the support team and you can do it.
The people, the energy, like the support, it's just amazing how many people come out here and walk it. And
300 cities are involved in Making Strides events across the nation. This year they've collected almost $300,000, but raised nearly $600 million since the program started 20 years ago.
Music and food together are a good combination, especially when it's for a good cause. The Okemos High School choirs hosted the annual Taste of Okemos this past week. 20 local restaurants provided their food and workers for the fundraiser. Pulled pork sandwiches, chicken wings, and ethnic foods were all on the menu at this year's Taste, and the dining experience was complemented with live jazz. Diners also did their part, as the money that they paid to help to eat will help fund the high school's choir program. The community support meant a lot to the event's organizers, who were happy to show off the fun nature of their choir.
This sort of an event takes the coolness of choir outside of the concert hall and outside of the classroom per se to show each other that we're a community.
Well, Halloween invaded downtown Lansing with families coming out to enjoy a fall tradition. The 6th annual Trick or Treat on the Square takes place in downtown Lansing each year, and families lined up for free candy and fun activities. Children and adults dressed up in costumes to enjoy an evening of safe fun. Music wagon rides and a scarecrow on stilts and even a donut eating competition are a few of the things to do to keep happy in the chilly weather. Several local companies donate and send volunteers to help with the large turnout, and this year was no exception.
Dogs of all shapes, sizes, and disguises wagged their way through Old Town last week for the community's annual Halloween event. The 9th annual event featured trick-or-treating, a costume contest, and a yappy hour. Fairies, cheerleaders, football players, and more sniffed their way to dog treats handed out at the Old Town storefronts on Friday night. The Halloween event drew a crowd of more than 200 dogs and provided a great way for community members and business owners to meet and greet. The best-dressed canine of the night was a pincushion and beat out 92 other dogs who entered the costume contest.
And it's fun, you know, it's crazy, it's something different. Old Town's always known for doing something silly and different and crazy, and so this fits right in.
The event was hosted by the Old Town Commercial Association and WLMI Radio. Families often stock their candy supplies for the trick-or-treaters on October 31st, but members of the Michigan State Greek Life are also stockpiling a stash for their annual Safe Halloween event. Kids donned their costumes, played games, ate plenty of food, and of course got their fair share of candy at the event organized by the City of East Lansing and the Michigan State University Greek Life. The idea is to provide not only a fun time, but a safe trick-or-treating experience for children in the area. And there's lots of fun activities going on this October, but the last few days have sure been pretty wet.
Will you be dressing up in any costumes for this weekend?
I think so. I'm going to go get a mortar and pestle and some Halloween candy, and I'm going to be Candy Crush.
Well, there you have it. Coming up next on Focal Point, many people are eager to hear musical talent on campus in a newly renovated building.
And we'll take you to the Spartan Statue, where some students are making sure Sparty doesn't get harmed before the big football game on Saturday.
There are moments of triumph, of discovery, and achievement. But what makes these moments possible? It's the early mornings, the late nights. It's having the will to persevere. So let's take a moment to celebrate. But more importantly, let's salute the will it takes to get there. Spartans will.
When I was grass green, greener than the hill, where flowers grow and the sun shines still. Now I'm darker than the deepest sea. Just hand me down, give me a place to be.
Construction at the MSU Auditorium is finally over. Renovations have been a long time coming, and Greg Monahan has that story and more on our on-campus report. Greg?
Alex, after years of remaining untouched, the Fairchild Theater reopens with a much-needed makeover. Students, faculty, and music lovers gathered this past Monday to witness the unveiling with a theater opening concert. While guests anxiously awaited outside, College of Music staff prepared for the theater's premiere performance and to hear the facility's brand new acoustics for the first time.
Tears from many eyes, and just a realization that this is a great place for student learning, for faculty creative endeavors, for the community, a fine place to listen to great music.
The Dean of Michigan State University's College of Communication, Arts, and Sciences is one of 4 finalists in the University of Georgia's search for a new provost. Dean Pamela Whitten traveled to Georgia on October 17th to give a presentation in front of students, faculty, and staff. Whitten has been Dean of ComArts since 2009, but she has been a professor at MSU since 1998. And pumpkins around MSU's campus won't be their iconic orange color thanks to the university's activity board. UAB hosted Pumpkin Palooza, a festive pumpkin painting and decorating event that helps students get into the Halloween spirit. Pumpkins, paint, brushes, and spooky music were all provided for students looking to test their creative skills. They wanted to make sure they took the time to get their design just right.
Haley painted. I painted a ghost. She painted her pumpkin and then painted the whole thing black over it, and then painted the ghost. So that was an adventure.
UAB volunteers estimated that more than 100 people attended Pumpkin Palooza, and they were completely out of pumpkins by the end of the night. With many in the Halloween spirit and ready to indulge in lots of sweet treats, we wanted to find out what students say their favorite candy is. And that's the topic of this week's Sidewalk Survey.
My favorite Halloween candy is Reese's because I love peanut butter and that's my favorite food.
My favorite kind of Halloween candy is Reese's Cups because I love peanut butter.
It's probably going to be the Crunch Bars, the little mini Crunch Bars. I don't know, I've always just liked them since I was a kid.
My favorite Halloween candy would probably be candy corn since, it's only around during Halloween.
100 Grand bars. That's because caramel and chocolate are excellent. I like that sugary and saltness all in one with the chewiness. It's really good.
Just like literally just a dark chocolate bar with almonds in it. It's the best.
Jolly Ranchers because the flavor, well, apple. That's like, I don't know, it's just,
For Craig Pearson, school isn't brain surgery. Well, at least not yet. Pearson has been selected to interview for the prestigious Rhodes Scholarship for his academic achievements. He is majoring in neuroscience, biochemistry, biology, and English, and is a member of the Honors College as well. Pearson intends to pursue his doctoral degree in neuroscience at Oxford University, and the standout student was a member of the 2013 Homecoming Court and will be MSU's 17th Rhodes Scholar, if selected. And an MSU student tradition to guard the Spartan statue on campus has been going on all week long. What originally started as a way to protect MSU's beloved Spartan statue has turned into a nightly party for 1 week a year on campus. Sparty Watch is back, and students will be around the statue 24/7 this week.
Tradition actually started because during Michigan Week, Michigan fans would actually come here and vandalize the statue. It's not nice to have those gross colors on Sparty during Michigan Week.
The two main groups dutifully protecting Sparty are the MSU ROTC and the Spartan Marching Band.
It's a long-standing tradition.
It's debated when the tradition began, but most say it's been going on about 30 years.
I thought it would be a fun thing to just get involved with the band and make everyone have some fun and be out in the cold.
But despite the cold, there's plenty of reason to come out.
We have like little activities for people to do when they come. We've had like game nights, and one night every year we have a DJ come. There's like a big dance party up by Sparty, and that's always a good time.
But their favorite night includes a visit from head football coach Mark D'Antonio and a lot of free food.
How we doing, guys?
This year, D'Antonio stopped by after the men's basketball game, delivering pizza to those protecting the statue throughout the night.
You ready for the Michigan game, guys?
And also to make sure that the Spartan faithful are ready to cheer on the team when Saturday's game rolls around.
I mean, it's a big day, So come with your game faces on, all right? Get yourself ready to go. We'll be ready, all right? Thanks for everything that you guys do. I'm just going to fade away here. All right, Coach. All right.
Now, students can't be sure of the result on Saturday, but with protection nearby the Spartan statue around the clock, they can at least be sure that he'll be safe from dusk until dawn. For Focal Point, I'm Greg Monahan.
Well, that's your campus report, and when we come back, we'll take a look at this weekend's football game at Illinois and look forward to the big University of Michigan game on Saturday. It's also basketball season, and the MSU men's and women's teams are gearing up for a tough season ahead.
They've been called leaders, lifesavers, and world changers. They're also called Spartans. There are moments of triumph, of discovery, and achievement. But what makes these moments possible? It's the early mornings, the late nights. It's having the will to persevere. So let's take a moment to celebrate. But more importantly, let's salute the will it takes to get there. Spartans will.
Welcome back. I'm Alex Barhorst with this week's sports. Well, after weeks of anticipation, the waiting is finally over. The MSU football team takes on in-state rival Michigan this weekend in a battle for first place in the Legends division of the Big Ten. While each game is important, head coach Mark D'Antonio knows the importance of beating Michigan and what it means to this heated rivalry.
We've got good players, got to make good decisions. We have electrifying players back there, but that's a big part of the game. It's a major part of the game. So we're working to get that addressed, and obviously I talked about turnovers, how important it is. We can't have that happen. But our players understand that, and we'll put people back there that are confident and ready to go. They'll make good decisions.
The Spartans have won 4 out of the last 5 meetings with the Wolverines. Last week, the Spartan football team took on the struggling Fighting Illini, hoping to keep their Big Ten record unbeaten. Illinois moved the ball in the first quarter with some pass plays from quarterback Nathan Shieldhouse, but it was MSU all after that. Jeremy Langford and Delton Williams both came through with monstrous runs, and that defense was in top form, holding the Illini to just 3 points. The offense has been criticized for not enough production, but in this game, the offense exploded with 42 points. Connor Cook had a record-setting day, completing 15 of 16 passes.
Everyone was harping on last week, when our offense didn't play so well, and I feel like this was a great test for the offense, and they showed, they came today and they came to play, and I commend them for what they done today. They helped us out a lot just by, they boosted us when they scored, and I feel like this helped Connor, help him realize, like, okay, I can, we can play, we can ball on offense.
The men's basketball team held its annual media day last week in order to give press organizations a chance to showcase what the team has planned this season. The team gathered around the court to answer questions from reporters and take some individual and team photos. Coaches and players are looking forward to the new season as the team is stronger than ever, losing only center Derek Nix.
It's one of those teams that it's been exciting to be around. The chemistry this summer has been as good as it's been in a long time. What does that mean? That means it was bad other years? Not really. It's just that we had more guys in the gym. We had more guys. We had our best academic summer. We had I think one of our best athletic summers. We definitely had our best injury-free summer. So we got a little bit of that.
The men's team played Grand Valley State University in an exhibition game on Tuesday and won in a landslide with a final score of 101-52. You can catch them playing Indiana State University of Pennsylvania on Monday night. The women's team also previewed their team last week with much optimism from Coach Susie Merchant. Media from across the state were on hand at the Breslin Center to hear thoughts from new and returning players about how they are gearing up for the season ahead. Players, coaches, and managers took the team photos, showing their excitement for what is to come.
I think we have a very exciting team, a team that has some athleticism, some skill, some ability to extend defenses, some post play if we can get Madison in there with Becca and Jazz.
What we have this year are offensive threats in athletic, defensive group in this team. I think we'll be able to go a lot farther than last year, and I'm hoping for a Final Four.
Preseason polls show the team finishing third in the Big Ten. Thursday night, the women took on Ferris in an exhibition game and soundly beat them 100-52. They'll take on Grand Valley State November 3rd. Spartans fans from across the country also got the chance to interact with players and coaches at the annual Midnight Madness event at the Breslin Center. Focal Point's Daniel Hamburg takes us there now.
Spartan fans, welcome to the Breslin Student Event Center for 2013 Michigan State Madness.
I am looking forward to Midnight Madness and the start of basketball season.
I've been here for the past 3 or 4 years.
Thank you.
I came from D.C.
I want to get a poster.
You want to get a poster?
We drove 9 hours.
I'm most excited to see how Izzo's going to come out, see if he's going to be dressed up as Iron Man again, what's going to happen.
He always have to one-up himself, so I don't know, it's always a surprise.
I've heard this event's really crazy. It's a lot of fun.
Who are you most excited to see?
Gary Harris.
Gary Harris. I like Gary Harris.
Appling.
Adrian Payne.
It's always a good feeling to be able to sign some autographs for our fans, man. They pay their hard-earned money to come see us play. So this is our opportunity to give it back to them a little bit.
We're just ready to get out here and, having a great time with the fans, sign an autograph, take a picture.
You remember when you had a picture taken with Elvis? That's me. And this is Mitchell, my son.
How many shirts have you signed? Not as many shirts, but I signed a lot of other things.
It is a big night for Spartan basketball.
Tell you how much we appreciate all of you. We got a Hall of Fame coach across the hall that's the best guy in the world and has an incredible men's basketball program.
Strapped up with their knees.
Oh my God, he did it! Unbelievable! I can't tell you how excited we are for the season. These guys have worked their tail off all summer.
The men's team was just named the unanimous preseason Big Ten favorite by a panel of conference media. Sophomore guard Gary Harris was also named the preseason player of the year in the conference. After a stellar start to the season, the MSU volleyball team has hit a rough patch in the middle of Big Ten play. Just 2 weeks ago, the team looked like one of the best in the nation, with a 17-1 record and no losses in the conference. But after losing 3-2 against Indiana on Saturday, the team had now dropped 4 matches in a row. After losing to Michigan earlier this week, MSU hoped to get its first win since October 12th against the Hoosiers, who came into the match winless in the Big Ten and losers of 11 straight games. But after battling back from a 2-1 deficit, the Spartans lost the decisive final set 15-12 to give Indiana the upset. The team will have its chance to finally put an end to its losing streak tonight at 6:30 when the team takes on the Ohio State Buckeyes at Jennison Fieldhouse. Now, though the Michigan State hockey team has had a home exhibition game earlier this month, Friday's contest against the University of Massachusetts Lowell was the official home opener. But things didn't go as planned against the UMass Lowell Riverhawks, as the team lost 4-1 to extend its early season losing streak to 3 games. Joe Gambardelli got the visitors on the board early and they never looked back. The Spartans were held off the board until the third period when freshman Mackenzie McInrin knitted his first career goal as a Spartan. It wasn't enough, though, as UMass Lowell scored in each of the first 2 periods and added the 2 more in the third to seal a win for the 18th-ranked Riverhawks. But the Spartans bounced back on Saturday night, scoring 3 third-period goals to defeat Boston University 3-1 and earn a weekend split for Tom Manassas' squad. The Spartans are back on the ice tonight at Mon Arena for a game against American International College. Puck drops at 7 p.m. and the weekend series will conclude Sunday with a 1 o'clock matinee between the same 2 teams. The World Series continues without the Tigers, and now the Tigers will continue without Jim Leyland as their manager. Leyland stepped down last week after the Tigers lost to the Red Sox in the League Championship Series. The 68-year-old manager said it was time for someone else to take over. In a tearful announcement, Leyland said that if he returned, it would be for the wrong reasons. And though the Tigers did not win the World Series during his tenure, they advanced to the ALCS the past 3 years and made it to the World Series twice, including his first year as the manager of the Tigers.
My moments here are, I mean, they're priceless. They really are. They're priceless. I mean, to be in that Tiger dugout and see all the fans and see all the celebrations and see all the towels waving quite a few times in postseason. Obviously, we didn't get the big prize. And it breaks my heart for Mr. Illich more than it does for me because I've been fortunate enough to win a big prize once. But it's just been absolutely fantastic.
Leyland said that he wanted to finish his career in Detroit and will stay with the Tigers organization in some capacity. And we wanted to get the campus reaction on Detroit's newly departed manager. In this segment, we asked what students thought about Leyland's retirement.
You know, I think it's a real big loss. Took the Tigers to some pretty high places, but I think they're a pretty good team still, so they should still do good next year, whoever they have as manager.
I think it's pretty sad. I think he has an important role in the Tigers and their success throughout the years.
I think it's about time we bring in a new coach, but you know, he's given us some great years, and sad to see him go. He was a great coach, but I think it's time for some change.
I think it's going to be tough for them to come back from it, but you know, he's been such a good part of the team for a while that I think they'll be able to move on and find someone younger, like he was saying.
Well, I think for one there should be a state moment of silence every hour on the hour because it's a tragic loss. Also, I'm going to miss him tremendously, as I think the whole state should. And I love the guy, you know, and I'm sorry that he didn't win a World Series with us.
And finally tonight, the annual fall concert by a number of different Michigan State musical groups played in front of a sold-out crowd last weekend. The Wharton Center was packed Saturday night, and so was the stage for the 2013 Spartan Spectacular. The 2-hour show featured MSU's Wind Symphony Band, the MSU Marching Band, and the Spartan Drumline. The orchestra led off the first half of the concert, and the marching band and drumline followed after intermission. The MSU College of Music put on the show, which concluded with a rousing rendition of the MSU fight song. And that's our show for tonight. We will now leave you with more sounds from the Spartan Spectacular.
On behalf of everyone here at Focal Point, have a great night.